Loud, so
yeah.
everybody will hear. Yes.
Okay, I have a question. I often hear that Jews don't missionize, but how can the Noahide message be spread without missionizing?
Yes. No, Judaism doesn't missionize to become Jew, but we missionize to become a good man.
So that's a good missionizing.
So there's a difference.
Yeah,
So we're allowed missionizing that way.
absolutely. You're not allowed, you are invited to, as did Abraham, our patriarch.
So it's the same obligation for both Jews and Gentiles, positive Gentiles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
Is that really true?
What?
Is that really true? Because amongst the 613 laws for you, may I repeat?
Yes.
As far,
Loud and clear. Okay.
yeah, as far as I know, there are 613 laws, obligations,
Yes.
just for you,
Yeah.
not for us, yeah? But amongst the 613 obligations, there is not one for you to missionize the Gentiles to become Noahites.
You are absolutely right. We don't have this obligation.
Exactly.
It is a mission. It is very different. Yeah.
Voluntarily.
What?
Voluntarily.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it is good in the eyes of God. So you don't have to have a formalistic duty. It is what the mission that for which the people of Israel was elected. And I have a remark for the 613 laws. You know that in our days, we are able only to accomplish about 16 of the mitzvot. And if you take and it becomes so.
I have a question. The Shabbat was given to Jewish people, only to the Jewish people, as I think. And I just want to know if I, as a Noahide, can keep the Shabbat like an Orthodox Jew or not.
Okay.
עשר הדיברות, עשה לא תעשה, מה מותר, מה
זאת לא הייתה השאלה.
שאלה הייתה אם
השבת, כן, כן, בסדר. טוב. First of all, the Shabbat was given to the Jewish people for two reasons. If you see the text of the Ten Commandments in Shemot, it is said that it is in remembrance of the creation of the world. And so it concerns every human being. But in the book of Devarim, it is said that it is in remembrance of the liberation from slavery in Egypt. So it concerns only Jewish people. But if you are attentive to the text, in Shemot, it is say Shabbat. So the observance is a duty only for Israel, but remembrance for every human being. So it is recommended that every human being should, for example, celebrate the Shabbat by, for example, lighting the candles. But if you want to observe as an Orthodox Jew the Shabbat, if you are a Noahide, so, according to the opinion of Maimonides, you can do it, and we adopt this position. But if you are to the opinion of the Tosafists from France and Germany in the Middle Ages, it is not allowed. So you have a controversy. Personally, I do not recommend to observe the Shabbat exactly as Orthodox Jews, because you will have to learn about 1 million of laws. And it is an understatement. So it will be complicated for you to make a salad, to light the lights, and such things.
To celebrate
There is an intermediate opinion between Maimonides and Santo Safis, the opinion of one of the poskim, Magen Avraham, who said that Noahide can adopt the Shabbat if he does so, he declares this when he accepts in front of Bedin the 7 laws. We do not accept this opinion.
Yes, Mishnah Brura, Siman 385. Chafetz Chaim.
Yes, you are right. It is written there. I was not convinced. I studied this text and was not.
We also say that.
But we have a case in Jerusalem of a Noahide who decided to accept the Shabbat when he made his declaration in front of Bedin.
But it's also very important to realize, to keep the Shabbat in Jerusalem, it's easy. Because most of the people, the environment is to keep the Shabbat. You have also all the facilities. You don't even have the plata of Shabbat, you don't have the home, you don't have anything. So it's insane. This is why we are not recommending to take on the other side, to do a special, we say, meal without the devices. Okay, to put aside the devices, to learn something from the Bible. Okay, to mention the Shabbat. This is something that you can do.
Highly recommended.
Highly recommended. Okay, so but it's not highly recommended to keep the food.
Remember, the more.
But if you also respect it as a non-working day, as a non-creating day, it is also a way of respecting Shabbat.
Yes, it is.
Le Shabbat a été donné comme un signe au peuple d'Israël entre lui et Dieu.
Oui.
Nous, le signe qui a été donné, c'est l'arc-en-ciel. Je veux dire, quelque part, c'est cette ultime.
Oui.
Donc, parfois, moi, quand j'honore le Shabbat, certains le l'honorent, mais je me dis, on ne doit pas brouiller les signes. C'est-à-dire que c'est à vous de porter le signe du Shabbat, et nous, on doit porter le signe des 7 lois à bien les incarner.
Absolutely. It is interesting. Catherine II as a sign of the covenant between God and Israel, and the covenant with the Noahites is the
Rainbow.
Rainbow. And you want not to mix signs of covenants. It is a position that I accept, but I know that many people are interested to participate to the Jewish Shabbat. Yeah.
C'est juste qu'on soit conscient, parce que chaque fois qu'on a une réunion noahique, la question revient toujours sur le Shabbat. Je veux dire, on est un peu obsédé par ça, alors qu'on devrait être obsédé par l'observance des 7 lois d'abord, et ce qui n'empêche pas.
You are right. We have to know, be conscious of the differences between us.
Que c'est peut-être par là que nous, on a un signe à faire aussi, on a un signe à faire, mais ce signe, c'est peut-être la mise en pratique de cette vote, premièrement.
I recommend, for example, there are many Noahites who are interested by mezuzah. Maybe a confusion. You may think that a person is a Jew, but he is not. And why do you think he is a Jew? Because of the mezuzah. So I propose to have a distinctive way of making the mezuzah. For example, I propose to write the number 7 on the mezuzah, so it will be known that it is a special way of making this mitzvah that is recommended for Noahites.
I told that to my sister the other day, and she said, "But it's fine because I read so many things. I can't pinpoint I read it in this article or that."
In the Brit Shalom book, you read it.
Sorry?
In the Brit Shalom book, we're proposing it and you read it then. Okay, someone from the Czech, do you want to ask something? Somebody have any questions from the Russian?
Okay, I do have one.
Yes.
For me, it's kind of, I have a website about Noachide movement. I put their translation that I take from you. I was thinking about what logo to make, like what colors, etc. And I know that it was mentioned here that a sign of the Noachide covenant is the rainbow. But for me, it's kind of problematic because in our society, the rainbow is a symbol of total opposite values. So my question, is it maybe like a sign for us that we as Noachites are not spreading the message within the world, and that's why the completely opposite will install basically our symbol, or what is your take?
So you may have
We can
another.
organize this in your language. We can organize this in your language.
As you see, I have here a symbol with the Noah ark. And it may replace the rainbow in our society. Yes, you have a.
Do you mind, can I go closer and?
Yes. We can pass it around.
I made it as a medal.
We have this also as a medal. Let me show this to you.
Yes. So it may be a good idea.
Thank you very much. I, perhaps, Goldberg, I will ask you someday to make pictures for me.
We will show this here. We will show this here.
Yes.
It's a star, isn't it? It's a star with the colors.
No, you have 11 globes, but every star is divided in 10 pixels for 70 nations. Yes, and
Maybe just to give everybody, why we need to make this
and
TV?
there is also the flow of water is like a book, and you have also a sukkah. That because Sukkot is a universal law, and you have also a dove of peace. And in Hebrew and English. Yes, you will see it.
You make problem from nowhere. Instead of giving everybody to take a look, you make it free that you.
No, because we need to show
something else.
things.
Okay.
We need to show things. What do you see there? What do you see there?
It's a picture from you and your friend in your arms.
Your son,
It's one of my kids when he got married.
he got married, but maybe he's divorcing. Look at his face.
Ah, be careful. What do you see? Still this? Still my son?
Yes.
Still my-
Oui.
My hair? Milano, Milano. No, Milano. Shut. Now, name?
Your happy face and your son's not really happy face.
Thank you.
The thing glasses. You have no heart. You have Susa and the love of peace.
Oh, yes, changing,
Star.
changing, LG, no signal. The same, yeah.
No, when we continue with the question.
No signal.
I said, okay. We can continue. Yes.
Let's continue.
Well, so we begin from left to right. Yes.
Where's yeah?
Yes.
I think we did different other questions
Yes.
about who is responsible for the seventh working law. Yeah? This issue was mentioned, I think, in an expose by Rabbi Goldberg, but to me it's not clear. What was the issue? The opinion of Passport is responsible, and there is the opinion of Nachmanides, and he says only the head of states are responsible. So by chance, one of us will become federal chancellor of Germany, we are responsible to introduce, to enforce the Warhead laws. Unless that event, nobody.
Not well understood.
Yeah.
What Ramban says is that basically the law of dinim concerns this society, because to judge a person and to punish someone, you must have a court, and the court is allowed to be established only by a state. You cannot, as an individual, judge your fellow.
Yeah, but that's what I said. Yeah, so
No,
the prime minister or the.
Yeah, it is concerning dinim, but on the individual level, you don't have the right to kill, to steal, and any of these six mitzvot. So you are right that fundamentally it should be the responsibility of the state, but I did not hear that Netanyahu has spoken to your chancellor, and that he tried to convince Putin or Biden to adopt 7 laws. So for now, we work on the individual level.
So you say nobody.
We do
Nobody
not
amongst
do
us
the
is
right thing.
responsible.
Yes,
So there are not 7 laws, there are only 6 laws.
exactly. We do not do our work. Yes, you're right.
I didn't hear that why there is 7 laws, but for there are only 6, so we follow only 6.
Because you did you establish a court?
The codes?
A court, yes.
I know that the law I have 7.
Yes. What is the 7th? 7 is
One is not to have idols.
yes. Yes. No, I don't. I did not ask what are the 7. What is the 7th? Which is the 7th one?
Justice.
Yeah. Did you do it? No. That's it. You do only 6.
Okay.
Yeah. But I propose that you can make arbitral courts. It is accepted in many countries that judgment may be made not by the official court, but with the askama.
Acknowledgement.
Acceptance of arbitral arbitration, yes, and you can make arbitration according to Noahide law. It will be a good step.
But that means no one can do all the things, all 7. So no one is a Noahide or not.
No, you are, because you accept the principle of the law. The principle of the law, even if it is not established. For example, one who accepts to honor his parents, but he has no parents. But he accepts that if his parents were in life, he would honor them. Yes, it is an acceptance of the principle. Yes.
So my question is, Ernest said if you're an official Noahide, then we are allowed to build all of them as well. And I just wanted to ask if it applies to the Lutheran too.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Is it possible to honor the Shabbat in a Noahide way while doing weekday activities on Shabbat, for instance, going to work or going to the shopping mall? It seems a little bit contradictory. What do you think about it?
It is a question of intention. What is your intention? Well, you make your shopping and you do it for your pleasure and not for honoring Shabbat. So it's a pleasure. It is a good thing, but it is not. Doesn't concern the Shabbat. But if you say that to honor the Shabbat, I will make my pleasure, especially in this day. In this day and not in another one, it may be a form, a Noahide kosher form of keeping Shabbat. Yes.
Okay, you said you can follow also the other mitzvot, and there are some restrictions, like for example, the mezuzah.
I don't think so. No restriction. The only problem is when you make you have a behavior that can create confusion. For example, Milah, we authorize to make Milah, but we do not do it if the father is Jewish and the mother not, because it can lead to think that the child is a Jew. And he's not. Okay, I'm sure that there will be a lot of
difficult to ask difficult questions, accepted or not?
Huh?
Difficult questions possible to ask. Rebbe Mirogachov, very big.
Yes,
Sage.
Yosef Ruzhin.
Yes, I think he's connected somehow with Lubavitch. He was here.
Yeah, he was
Taking his
connected to
Micha.
Chabad, yes.
And he said once, right now, at the time we live right now, there is no temple, no state of Israel, according to his opinion.
Mhm.
And Ger Toshav, this is Ben Noach. Ben Noach, this is Ger Toshav.
Mhm.
So right now, there is no division.
Mhm.
And that was I read over, Rebbe. So can I talk to myself, I'm Ger Toshav and I'm Ben Noach? Or this is a mistake to say something like that.
According to Rogachover, I don't think that he considers that Ben Noach is a Ger Toshav. You have the text?
I have the text.
Yes, because I saw such an indication in a book, but I didn't find the text.
I will send you.
Yes. So according to Rogachover, you can call yourself a Ger Toshav. Yes, but the difference, I think, even for him, is that Jewish people have no obligations toward Ger Toshav.
You don't need to give me money and food.
Yes, and it is quite according to the opinion of Rashi in a tractate of Hitut. Yes,
thank you.
But Rogachover is very atypical, and he had many opinions who are not very accepted by other authorities. For example, he was against Zionism.
I know.
He was also against the Rav Kook.
Yes.
This is really big
mistake.
We could not follow what was said between you.
It was highly professional. It was a professional discussion. Yes.
Yes. Finish. Okay, now we have the opportunity to explain a
It
bit.
was done by a specialist in printing stamps of the state of Israel.
Is one. Now we're selling two things of this. Okay, we're organizing two things of this. One is to have a small, on your
Badge.
page, yeah, and another one that you can also have it as a coin in your
As a medal.
as a medal in your place. What you see here, if you will count, you will see that there are how many stars?
7.
Why 7?
No?
Oh, okay, 7 stars. Okay, and you have also the ark, but the ark is
7
also
stars are made of 10 pieces.
each. It's also very important, right? Each one of the stars have 10 peaks of the stars. So basically, it's like 70 nations. So it's one side 7 laws, on the other side 70 nations. Now you have the ark with the waves, okay, but it's like also a book.
Yes.
So you can read, you can learn, go inside. And this, you have also the
Branches of Sukkah.
yes, the on top, it's like the sukkah, it's a part of the sukkah. Because in Sukkot, this is the festive of the nations. Okay, that it says that all the families, not nations, all the families, remember that we're moving from nations to families, all the families will come to visit Jerusalem. So we have it also up there. And there's also
The dove of peace.
no. The dome of peace. In a moment, hopefully, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to show you how Rabbi Shelki sent the dove, the white dove, from Jerusalem. Okay. זה יונה עם הלשון זין. איך אומרים יונה באנגלית?
He's asking about Raven,
כן.
the crowd.
Okay. Fair enough. You will see Reuben, okay? So this is one of the things. Another thing, Netzach, that we can do, we have this, the logo of the Brit Olam here, like what we do in the flag. We can do this in other languages also as well. And it's also saying Israel and abroad, Israel and the rest of the world, the Brit Olam, because the word Brit Olam is being mentioned. We need to realize what it is. It's a covenant for the world, Brit Olam. And it's written down, this word, Brit Olam, is written down when God is doing the covenant with Noach, with the rainbow. Okay, so this is why we call this organization Brit Olam. It's a covenant of the world. Okay, so we can also do the flag, and we did the flag with all of the colors, but it's not reminding what's happening today with the colors, something else, because it's have also the Magen David inside. So those are the two things that we have with this thing.
Okay, we have Chanukiah as well here. Yes.
Some sort of
8 and 1,
yes.
9.
It's not really Chanukiah because you need to be in the same stage and everything
Okay.
else. I want to refer to another very important point that Rabbi Sherki said, and this is going with the question of what exactly is the mission of the Hebrew nation. Okay, now it's written down before we went to Mount Sinai that God is saying that He wants us to become the nation for the rest of the world. Okay, basically He says it already in Egypt that we are the firstborn, for God. But I want to show for a moment the first wording of the Maimonides. If you know, the Maimonides have a very important book with all of the details, tiny details, what exactly is demanded from us, how to behave, what are the 613 mitzvot. It's called the Mishneh Torah, and it's 1,000 chapters book, okay? And the first chapter is starting with something, and then you have everything inside, and the last chapter is finalizing with the Messiah to come and what will happen. So let's read for a moment the beginning and the end, okay? And then you will understand the full mission. So the beginning is going like that. You know what? Dimitri, please read it.
Introduction to Hilchot Yesodei HaTorah. It's the first book of we have here Maimonides, his Codex of Laws, and it's written very important. They contain 10 mitzvot, 6 positive commandments and 4 negative commandments.
And
they
those
are
the mitzvot for the Hebrew nation. For the Hebrew nation. The first mitzvah is
the first mitzvah to know that there is God.
First mitzvah, the first commandment is that we need to knowledge that there is God. Okay? Now he is explaining this in the first words of the Maimonides, of the Mishneh Torah, please.
The foundation of all foundations and the pillar of wisdom.
Is to know
that there is a primary being who brought into being all existence, who brought into being all existence. All the beings of the heavens, the earth, and what is between them came into existence only from the truth of his being.
So the first
you need to explain. Maimonides is difficult to understand, so we'd better Rav Chaim to explain.
Okay. You want to explain?
You explain.
I will explain. Okay, not a problem. The first thing that we need to know that who is God? When we're saying who is God, what is God? God is the one that created everything. And if he wants, I will say it like that, he is the reason for all of the things. He is the reason for all of the existence of everything. And if he will decide, nothing will be here. Okay? So for everything you need some sort of a beginning. The beginning of everything is God. Okay? Knowledge of God. Now, from this point, we can start to learn all the 1,000 chapters. of how to behave, what to behave. He's explaining in few chapters exactly what is meaning here and what is the meaning of God. But this is the beginning. Let's see what will happen in the days of the Messiah. I'm jumping to the last chapter, okay? After 1,000 chapters. We all learned already all the chapters. Maybe, okay? So, let's read it. This is a story, okay? The Messiah will come. This is the last thing. Just read the first paragraph. We don't need to read the second part.
In that era, there will
Of
be
the Messiah time,
neither famine or war. Envy or competition for good will flow in abundance, and all the delights will be freely available as dust. The occupation of the entire world will be solely to know God.
the main thing, it says here in Hebrew, it says very nice. "Hama'adanim yiyu metzuyim ka'afar haaretz." This is what it says in Hebrew. Or if I will say it in other words, you will find in the supermarket whatever you want to eat.
And free of charge.
Everything-
Free of charge. No?
Free of charge. Okay. And all kosher. So we are almost there. I will say it like that. Okay, we are almost there. There's a lot of food, a lot of things. You go to the supermarket, you can find everything. Okay. In those days of the Messiah, the main thing that we're going to do is to knowledge God. Right? So now, when we spoke this morning about Abraham, that what exactly he did, he brought people to the knowledge of God. Let's discuss those issues. Let's speak about those things with people. And we called you all to take partnership with this, to also take this mission. It's a mission. It's a mission for the Hebrew nation, for all of the world, and it's a mission for those who decided to be also partnership with the Hebrew nation, to do this for the whole world. And as more that we will be more expert with this issue, we will manage to go to put the strings and to touch more and more people. You know why? Because all of us have a relation with God. Because you have a soul, I have a soul, you have a soul, everybody has a soul, right? This is, it's complicated to say this in words, but it's some sort of a touch with God. It's an inside touch that we have with God. The only thing is that we need to clean ourselves from all the materialistic side of our life. And this way we will be able to listen to the connection with God. This is the mission of the Hebrew nation. And this is the mission of the Noahide leaders. And yes, you are all leaders. You came to the stage that you are part of the leaders. This is it. You can't say to yourself, but I don't want to. You came, you're part of it. Huh?
There is entrance, no exit.
You can't go away. Okay, so first of all, this is you asked before, is it an obligation, a mission? This is where we're going to. Now think about this for a moment. Let's move one stage ahead, okay? What is the difference between us and animals? I will say it in a nice way, okay? In a nice way. Rabbi Yehuda Leon Ashkenazi, the great rabbi of Rabbi Sherki, in my, I will say, I learned with the other rabbi, and I didn't have the opportunity to listen to him alive. But he is a great rabbi, he said a lot of things. And one of the things that he said, in some sort of a joke, but it's a real thing, that when you're taking, when you're slaughtering, for example, a chicken, okay, you want to eat a chicken, and you're slaughtering the chicken, before you're slaughtering him, he is crying. Right? He's crying. It's hard for him. Okay? On the other side, when you're taking the carrot outside from the ground, the carrot is not crying. What is the difference? Why? Why the carrot is not crying? Because the carrot is for sure, he knows that when he will be taken out from the ground and a woman is going to eat him, the human is going to eat him, for sure the carrot is going to become part of the human and he's going to grow up one level, if not two, right? He's going to become from only something that is growing up to a plant to become part of a human. But on the other side, when someone is slaughtering the chicken, he's asking himself, the chicken, am I going to be up one level, or the person that is going to eat me is behaving like an animal? Right? Because we know that there are a lot of people who are behaving like animals. What is the difference between the animal and the human being? The human being have also a sense inside, some sort of a will, ambitions that he is putting to his actions. And this is giving life to his actions. Is he behaving like an animal, or is he behaving like a human being with moral, with right behavior? Some of those. So only the human being have the possibility of acknowledging God and behaving in the right moral way. This is why only the human being, after a very long time of history, 6,000 years with a lot of wars inside, in the middle, till today, unfortunately, okay, we can come to a stage of a high moral behavior. And we can acknowledge God. We are the only thing in this universe who can acknowledge God. The rest of the world is only behaving in a, I would say, in a technical way, okay, of not the science, a technical way of nature, okay? Also the dogs, for example, when he's helping his master, he's not doing this. We're saying today that he is giving some sort of a kindness to his master, but the truth is that he's doing it as a nature laws, okay? This is how he's being built up to do those things. The only one who is behaving and deciding how to behave is a human being. And this is why the human have this obligation of becoming, I will say, with the knowledge of God. Now, let's go one step even further, okay? If I will ask you, this is something that I've heard a lot of times from Rabbi Shirky. I will say this also, he's here. If I will ask you, for example, all of you, can we say everything that we do, okay, is we can learn from God how to behave, because God already did those things, okay? There's one thing that we can do and God cannot do. This is to say thank you. What is saying thank you? What is it to say thank you? I'm getting something, okay, from someone else, and I'm really prizing. I'm saying to him thank you, and he's getting feeling good with himself. Someone said to me thank you, okay. But God is giving us everything. Therefore, if I will say to him thank you, it's nothing for him. He's all the time giving, right? And this is why in the beginning, for Genesis, it says that the rain didn't went down yet because there is no man in the earth. It's just like that. You will see this in chapter 2. And Rashi is explaining, no one is acknowledging to the benefit and the goodness of the rain. Okay? So the only thing that we can do as human beings is to say thank you. But it all starts with the acknowledge of God and with the acknowledge of saying thank you. This is what we are supposed to do. And this is why the Maimonides is starting from this point and ending at this point. Now, I'm asking you, this is something that God can obey us to do? Can he obey us to say to him, thank you? No, it's not reasonable logically to say that, right? It's something that's supposed to come from us. So you're asking us, is it a mitzvah? Is it a commandment that we need to acknowledge God? It's not working logically. You can't, if you don't understand. And another point, again, we spoke here with the very profound issues. This is the main starting point of your own decision. Nobody can force you. This is where you can decide that you're secular and you don't believe in God, or that you want to believe in God and to acknowledge him, to learn him, and to thank him. It's only on your shoulders. Nobody can decide for you. This is why you find some people that are secular and some people that believe in God. God can't obey us to thank him and to acknowledge him. It's not.
Yehudim. Yehudim.
Oh, he's hinting here to a very great state of the Hebrew in the Talmud, in the Babylon Talmud, that we are called Yehudim. Yehuda in Hebrew, the Milah Yehudi is thanking God, saying Todah, Modeh to God. This is some sort of a built-in in us, in the Hebrew nation. But also in the Hebrew nation, unfortunately, there are some who are secular, don't really believe in God, or don't know exactly how to explain whatever it is. But this is because we also have free choice. It's not a game, it is the true thing. Okay?
But God tells us to tell our children. So what that is a small way.
God is telling the Hebrew nation not to forget, okay, that we went out from Egypt. And the next step is to thank him. Okay, God is obeying us to tell our kids not to forget that we stood in Mount Sinai, and we got the 10 Commandments. Okay, God is not asking, he is asking in one place not to forget to thank him for the land, the Hebrew land that he gave us. Okay, Birkat Hamazon, this is something very unique. Okay, but this is teaching us that we need also to thank God.
Thanksgiving in Independence Day.
The same thing. It's the same thing with the Independence Day that we need to thank him. And Chizkiah Melech, okay, the King Chizkiah in Kings, okay, who didn't say thank you for God for rescuing him and saving him with all of the miracles. He was supposed to be the Messiah, and he's not. Why? Because he didn't know how to say thank you. Nothing to understand everything, okay? So it's not an obligation, no, I'll say it like that. It's not a commandment of God, but it's an obligation of the Hebrew nation and also of the Noahide people, as we saw here, okay? Let's questions until now, or everything is clear? Okay. Now, let's continue on with things that we spoke earlier today, okay? I have to, let's do, first of all, a few technical things, okay, that will help us. First of all, I'm showing you the barcode. You see the barcode?
Yeah.
You can see this, all of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I'm asking you to do now is very simple, but all of you need to do that. Please, okay? Take out your devices. Here, you have your devices. This is the way that we speak today with God. Almost. We didn't find the phone number. But by the way, in Israel, it's a local number in Israel to speak with God. Okay. Take and connect yourself to the WhatsApp group. Okay, it's a WhatsApp group. You have a phone? You don't have a phone? You want? Oh, you don't have WhatsApp? You must have a WhatsApp. You must put up a WhatsApp. So what? You're lucky. Okay. So first of all, please put yourself on your WhatsApp. Never mind, regardless your language. Okay, if you speak English, Spanish, Czech, German, whatever it is, please. This is a group that we're going to speak in few languages. Okay. Don't forget that today is very simple too. By the way, also Rabbi Sheki doesn't have WhatsApp. He doesn't have a phone. Okay. Now, the second thing that is going to happen, and this is very important also. The second thing, by the way, she have in her back also some sort of a barcode. Who didn't manage it? You managed?
Somebody from,
Yes, affiliates.
somebody from Germany arrived.
Join the group, join the group, all of you, whatever it is, with all of the languages that we have. הרב זאב, שכל החברים גם כן, שיקלטו בפנים, הרב זאב, שיקלטו בפנים החברים. Everybody, inside, whatever language you are.
Wie hast du das in WhatsApp gemacht? Ja, wahrscheinlich, weil wir kein WLAN haben hier.
Who have difficulties? Who have difficulties? You make inside.
Aber hast du,
Excellent.
hast du so ein, na, sag mal schnell diesen, wo man so Barcodes aufmacht?
Excellent.
But he tells me I don't have WhatsApp. But I
Because
do
of
have
WLAN,
WhatsApp.
I think so.
So we don't.
We
need
have no
WhatsApp.
WLAN here.
Don't.
I only,
You don't have a connection to the internet?
no,
Ah,
I don't have it here.
Can you?
But I have an app for barcodes.
You want to show me from?
Hast du eine App für Barcodes?
But I do
No,
have
it's in English. It's English.
in German. But I do
It's
have
in German. It's Rabbi Zeb.
But I do have WhatsApp. Because I have to download WhatsApp, but I have WhatsApp.
It only works for me with an app for barcodes, especially. Dann in
Let's see what we have.
But my daughter WhatsApp disappears. It's downloaded on other.
No, Rabbi Zeb will open. Go to Rabbi Zeb.
Yeah.
Let's up. All the group is connected. Who is not connected yet? Who have difficulties? You're inside? You're inside the group?
I'm happy, but I don't know what it is.
One moment.
I have to try my own. Also mit der App kannst du das zumindest. Ja, das habe ich auch.
One of our friends changed the icon already.
So,
It's German friend, very fast.
okay, the next stage, please look inside the WhatsApp. Okay, we just sent a link. Okay, we sent a link. Now it's very important. Please look, tap the link, you open the link, and you will see that you can put inside all your details. It's very important also, we have the language, what language you prefer that we'll speak with and everything else.
Stay confidential.
Yes, it's a confidential thing. It's only us inside. Don't be, it's not going to be on the internet. No, it's an inside thing. And fill up all the details of the link. Did you manage to, you have a problem?
I can open perhaps in my own, I don't know.
So you will get connected somehow.
Yeah.
הרב זאב, תעזרו לה בבקשה. משהו יסתבר. Okay. It's very important to fill up the form that we sent in all the details. Because this is the way that we're going not only to be connected, but also not us with you, but also you with yourself. You need to, what,
I have it done with a barcode app, and I hope I can open it when I am,
let's exchange numbers, okay, for a moment. Just a moment, Arzel. Okay, who got stuck with the form? No, you got stuck already with the. Who didn't manage to bring the WhatsApp to this phone? Okay.
But I cannot join the group.
yeah.
לא, אני שולח עכשיו לינק של איך מצרפים אתכם אצלנו בקבוצה שלנו. אני יכול
מוצר הוא המנהל עם כל הזכויות. למה אין כאלה?
לא בצד הטכני.
וואו.
לא, אני חושב שכבר.
סתם שלח תמונות ראשונות. תמונות מאוד יפות. וזה לכל דבר מסיים.
בגלל זה מעקלים לנו את הכנס בפייסבוק. Oh, you managed, everything is fine. Maybe you
I'm very important to share the link in WhatsApp group because I have one non-WhatsApp business that works only with my.
in a moment, you're going to share also the link in the group, so everybody will be able to join through the links. Okay, I'm going to go to that. Okay, we're going to do that also. So who got stuck? Netzach, everything there is finalized. Everybody is inside. Everybody wrote himself as part of this group. Elbert, you managed. You have problems. You didn't manage to go inside to the group and everything. No, just a moment. I'm going to. I understand that. In German, all of you describe.
No, I didn't get the WhatsApp.
I know. In a moment, I'm going to give it to you in a different way. Okay.
Yeah.
In a moment, I'm going to give it in a different way. What's her name? The lady? What's your name again? Sorry. Victoria. Did you manage everything? No, also you also from the German area, right? From the German area?
Yes.
We're going to send another link. Did you manage?
I'm trying to invite her, but I cannot because I'm not admin, yeah? I cannot invite her.
עכשיו אתה מה? Victoria.
So in that,
In a moment, you're going to get.
no, I have no, now I have no internet. So I will.
Then you need to do two things to get connected. Ask for the link, I'm gonna send you the link where you put all your details.
Yeah.
Then we can speak with you.
That all the answers you told I can get from you.
Yes, get it in your language, we'll speak with you in your language.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much.
We're trying everything.
Yeah. If not, I will tell you tomorrow.
This is what we're doing. Exactly what we're doing. The link I sent you. And tell me if it's working now. Now, just a moment, I'm going to send you another thing. רגע, זה כל כך אני, אז לשלוח לה, זה לא כל כך שלה. תיקח את המספר שלה, אז נשלח את שלה.
Give me one number. Koforo, what is
Oh, phone nine.
Herbert,
I think it is phone nine for Germany.
Herbert, please look, I sent you another link. And you need also to fill up, yes, exactly, but I sent you another link on the private side, and you need to fill up this form also.
I sent you the personal Vika phone number. I sent you to answer.
Okay.
Your name is Vika, Victoria.
Okay.
You got it? Message from me. Vika, Victoria. I sent to him
Phone
your
line,
telephone
yeah.
numbers. He will answer.
Okay.
To the, he will answer.
No, I need the. Okay, did you manage?
Yes.
Inside, we filled up also the form. You're on the right one.
I send you the link.
Okay.
Okay. You plus 9.
Вика, я тебе послал сейчас возьми телефон. Да, против какой был?
9, 2.
Ты там мне дал
9, 7.
Yeah.
What's your name?
And your name is
Abraham.
Abraham.
You are inside. Alors, I send you like a link.
Okay.
I sent you a link.
Everybody finished? Everybody's in?
Thank you very much.
You finalized, everything is fine? Everything is fine, excellent. Now I have another.
Okay.
Victoria, did you manage? You inside? Excellent. Fill out the form and everything. You don't have a phone. That's like a big shit. I have a phone, but you don't have the WhatsApp. No. So what do you have? Oh, I want to send you a link. Before only what? I will send you the SMS something because it's important. If you have your details, we will send you emails and things. That you will fill up the form. Send him the form. Send you part of the form. Okay. Okay. Now let's go on to, I know that the technical issues is I want us to go to another stage, okay? Another stage. We spoke this morning, now that we are in the WhatsApp group together, okay? And I know that it's also there are those who speak in this language, in another language. So be with yourself for a moment, and you know that if you today, it's very simple. It's not like the old days. It's running, 2, 3, 4, 5 times ahead than what we can contain with ourselves. This is why we have a crisis from time to time also in this digital issue. But today, if you're getting a message here in, for example, the Italian language, and I'm getting from time to time in the Italian language. So what I'm doing, I'm copying for a moment the message, jumping to the translate, and understanding what it says to me, right? It's very simple. Now, I will tell you that from time to time, I'm annoying my friends, okay? When someone is, is nurturing me too much, so I'm taking it and I'm flipping it to Chinese, to something else, and I'm sending it. And he's saying to me, what is written down? I said, look at the translation. Don't bother me. I decided to type you in other languages. But in this way, they're coming down, they're letting me off. So it's not a problem. But the first thing that we can do here, okay, in this group of the WhatsApp, is to raise up issues, okay? Today, we raised up a very, I will say, tough issue, okay? The issue of death, everybody's supposed to deal with. I have an uncle, not an uncle, my uncle of my father, okay? A brother of my grandfather, who dealt with this issue of death for 20 years. And you know what happened to him at the end? He also died. What we can do? This is life. But for 20 years, he wrote books and he did seminars and he did, I don't know how to call it, in the early 70s, last day. So, but it's a very tough issue. But there must be more issues that you can deal with, that you can speak with. Now you have the WhatsApp group, you can start to discuss with yourself. So it's in a different language, fair enough, you can answer, but you can speak, you can think of ideas. That you also put inside your details with your email, whatever it is.
Your ideas.
What?
Use more.
Right. So we are going also to send you emails, okay? And we will try to do this on your preferred language, as you mentioned there. And here you can also encourage one each other with more ideas, not only issues. If you have another good idea. For example, one of the questions that we have, I thought to myself, we have to do this now, but I'm telling you something that you can do, okay? If you will sit down with yourself today in the hotel for 5 minutes, not more than that, 5 minutes, and you will take your device, also you that you don't have WhatsApp, everybody, take your device, okay? And you will start to scroll on your people that are members in your device, okay? It's called, there's a name for that. I'm not here. Okay. What we have, we call this Anshe Kesher, okay? The members that you have written down. And you will start to scroll and to look, and you will write to yourself, right, side. This is a person that I can invite for my next issue. This is a person I can invite. This one I can invite. Suddenly you will find yourself with 100 people that you can invite for another month from now. And you just to bring them to a barbecue, to speak for a few minutes, and to discuss one issue, right? It's a very simple trick. Suddenly you will find that you not only 6 people there, Netzach, I'm speaking with you, okay? Tell this to the others. If all of you are going back home, now, 5 minutes, each one of you is looking on your members on the phone. Each one of you have another between 10 to 15 people that you can invite to an evening, and not to start to think too much, but he won't speak with him and he won't speak with him. Don't care. Bring people, okay? Suddenly you will find that you can do an event Sunday, another 4 weeks, when you can invite something like 60 people, 35 of them will come. Well, an event. What issue? Let's move to a bit light issue, okay? Fair enough. We can find issues, we can find ideas, we can find a lot of things that we can start to be present, to put our presence inside Europe. The same thing with you. Now, we have more ideas. We have a lot of more ideas. For example, I said to you, we have, we'll do this tomorrow. This is a strip of Jerusalem, okay? We can give you, it's not difficult. We can pass you on the strip of Jerusalem. We know in Congo community, for example, listen good to what I'm going to tell you. In Congo community, in Congo community, they printed Jerusalem photo and all this wall. Told Jerusalem, you can laugh. You won't believe, I'm going to show you in a moment the picture. You won't believe what they did, okay? With this picture of Jerusalem. So think about this for a moment. We will send you this picture of Jerusalem, and you just putting it, outside your home in some way. 2 days before the event that you're doing, and for the event, people are coming and seeing also picture of Jerusalem with this state, and you're doing the event, speaking about one issue, 2 issues. It's not a problem to do those things. It's not even costing a lot of money to do those things. It's priceless, really. It's almost nothing. But you're putting suddenly things to a higher level. And then we said also, we have no problem to give you this thing of the Noahide also in your language. If you want, we'll organize the other languages and we'll put it. So there are a lot of things that you can do, small things that are changing everything. I'm not asking you to have the nice pen and to print it with the 2,000 shekel. I'm not asking you to do something like that, okay? Don't start to spread pens to all of the people that you know. But a lot of small things that you can do that will bring the environment to a stage where people will start to say to themselves, wow, it's interesting, it's nice. It's a community, it's a togetherness. So you can be together, feel good one with each other. And you know a lot of people, all of you. All of you know a lot of people, more than me. You are leaders. Even if you're not alone, by the way, you're not alone. One more thing. Now we're studying also the technical side, so you can feel comfortable. One more thing. Tomorrow morning, I want to say a few words about tomorrow, okay? Please. Tomorrow morning, basically, unfortunately, it's the last day of this seminar. Stay more. Depends on the weather, It's going to be snow, and then we get stuck here and everything else. My man has almost got heart attack, from this. We stay. Yes. Thank you very much. Many say applause. Thank you very much. So tomorrow morning, again, we're starting here at 9:15, and we will finish approximately around 2:00 in the afternoon. Inside this, there will be also the pledge for people who wants to do pledge, okay? We will have also the pledge. The pledge is stating, it will be complicated now to show this in a moment. The pledge is stating a few verses. We have it in the Czech language. We have it all the languages that you want, okay? You want the Spanish, you want whatever you want to speak, we will give it to you in this language. To state it in front of the rabbis. We are here more than 2 rabbis, thank God. So we will also film it and everything else. We're doing it from time to time also on I'm offering you, it's a very, I will say it like that, the one that want to do a live pledge, not only to the internet, but also a live pledge, you are more than welcome. We will do it. It is a very uplifting stage, okay? It's really touching thing. And I'm offering you to come with nice clothing. It is some sort of a ceremony that is very powerful. So if you want to do that, come with nice clothing. You will honor yourself and you will be more glad because we're going to film this also.
Celebration.
It's some sort of a celebration, yes, it is. Think about a wedding, okay, when you're getting connected, okay, with your spouse, here you're getting connected with God. Think about this for a moment. You're getting connected with God, you know what it is? Amazing. So we're also doing the pledge tomorrow, and when you're going to sleep now, I'm begging you to go to sleep with a note and a pen next to you. I'm telling you, your mind is going to have a lot of ideas. You're going to lose them. This is what's happening. Especially, listen how it's going. It's working like that. All the big inventors said that this is how it's working. And it's true. I didn't give you now a seminar. I gave this seminar in a few places in the world already. But one of the ways of us to become very inspiring with new ideas is in the mid-time between being fully awake and getting asleep. This is some sort of a mid-time between those two. And also the same thing in the morning. How many times in the morning we woke up and we had a very good idea and we said to ourselves, fine, this is what I'm going to do today. And we just lost it. Why did we lose it? Because we didn't write it down. I'm begging you, before you're going to sleep tonight, put pen and paper next to you. And if you have good ideas, write it for a moment. And when you wake up in the morning, straight ahead, write things that you thought, because you will find that you have a lot of good ideas to share here with your friends, with yourself. And it will not only inspire you, but it also will help you to go on. Believe me, it's working like that. If you won't do this, you will regret it. So don't tell me there later on that, you're sorry for that. If you have any more questions or something, everything is clear, everything is fine. You're not at all. Personal, and the personal level, we will do this in a moment. And we're going to meet all of you tomorrow morning. Have a great night. Good night. Sleep well. Have good dreams.
You too. Thank you very much.
Okay.